And live. Hi, guys. I see there are people working about already. Yay. Hydrate. Yeah, that's a good idea. I probably actually need lots of that today. Oh, I'm not muted, but I'm not totally not. Let's hydrate for the. Oh, shoot! Hang on, guys. There's no shot glass up here. I forgot. I brought it downstairs to be washed, and it has not made its return. All right, let me throw it up, and I'll be right back. All right, that's much better. I can't drink a shot from the shot glass if it isn't physically here. Great way to get started, because my voice right now, my throat right now is friggin'. That was Be Right Back. That wasn't the end of the stream. Hi, PT. Oh, God, actually, I should say hi to people. Let's see who's around. I saw Mini Mommy and Ball GM, who's not streaming today because he's got to get ready for. He's been nuts at work because he works in the food industry and it's Easter. Let's see. Hi, Pete the Hydrator. Hi, PT. Alright, so I think that's who's chatted. Of course, hi, Crimson. Hi, all you guys. Alright, so great way to start because my throat is crap because I have allergies. And this is the traditional time of year I get them. Come on. Salute. Maybe, no, it's pirate. Arr! As I said, I have an allergy. It's been attacking my throat more than any other part of me. I was a little stuffy today. I think we got paper towels here. Oh, I need a paper towel. So how is everybody this lovely day before Easter? Because tonight the bunny comes and maybe she'll bring you all a shot glass. Because I got this from Bunny. I love that. I said I love it. It's such a great shot glass. Actually, it's really, really nice. And it's very thick glass and it's actually really good glass. You're dead. Why are you dead? I didn't even do my chaser. So here's the chaser. That actually does kind of feel better. We'll see for how long. So, of course, as my reminder, if you guys have painted anything and posted it online, I'm link friendly. Please share. I will a little bit later. I will go and there was something that got finished that got put up. It was by PT actually. It was put up on my Discord, so I love sharing the finished work there. None of mine. I'm like in the middle. I got a little cobalt started, but not finished. I started the Eldar part of all the work I've got to do. Because I really want to get those done. And so their part done too. Waiting for what? I've got two things going, nothing finished yet. That's it. If you post up work in progresses on your Instas or Twitter, with Insta Twit face, there we go. I think that covers the main three. You can always post. I only want to share the finished stuff from my page. So, wonder how Cyrus's big project's going. Let's see. Tired, so Baldy is tired. Had a 50-hour. Yeah, I know. 58-hour work week, but now 2 days off. So gonna relax during the stream, clean up my room, go to bed early. I want to catch some painting the next 2 days. Yeah, good. Yeah, tomorrow's a holiday. So I've got on her. Face is basically done. I do have to do, she's got like a gem that's right there that I'll have to do, but her clothes are basically done. I need to do her belt. Maybe I'll just do her belt black. Actually, I'm tired. I said, whatever this allergy thing is, I think it's making me tired too. Plus work has been, oh my god, it's back to the same BS where I've been one person and they dump about 30 jobs on me, and I'm like, well, that's cute. I'm one person. I can do about 10 a day. So when you start adding more than 10, that means I'm going to get behind. And because you haven't decided to do anything about the shortage in my department, I freaking don't care. There are a lot of people out there who will get, will have to sit there and they'll have to work overtime or whatever, but not me. I'm like, screw you guys. When you fix the issue, I'll work overtime again. Try to figure out what the deal is with this belt. Fortunately, there's good resources on this mini, so I'd have to look it up. But there's good resource pictures for this and what things are. No painted stuff here, just finishing my gun. I'll tell you what, I'm really excited to see what Bunny does with those, with the Space Marines that you guys just acquired. Or she just acquired. At the sale yesterday. And I have, as usual, I have a busy weekend planned. Because, I keep looking at this now and I'm thinking that should be, that up here, right here, should probably be part of her pants. I was thinking that that this came up, but I don't think so. So I'll have to go back. I'm going to paint the scabbard the same color too. Because why not? This could do some really effective things with really simple color palettes, actually, with very few colors. But she's a little bit more. Yeah, her color palette's not simple. So anybody got plans for Easter? Like going to see family? I mean, it said, I know not everybody celebrates it, and that's fine. I hope you have a wonderful day no matter what. Just here in this house, I do celebrate it. I am Catholic. And I'm in a choir. So Neil say this was a big week. Doing laundry and painting minis. That's a great way to spend tomorrow. You know what? You haven't posted in a bit. You got anything you want to share? In terms of finished work, Smart Goblin. Bill Day Midgar going to be building the Lego Back to the Future DeLorean. Oh, cool. Very cool. Alright, so one thing I'm going to do. I'm pretty sure it was leather brown. I painted those pants. So I'm going to grab some. I know I have some on here somewhere. Actually, I think I have some right here. Weirdly enough, it looks like my paint separated for this color on my palette. I did like the fish too, but I like having links so I can find them now. I don't want to go hunting. I do like him. I will always like your work if it comes across. The only reason I don't like everything you do is because I don't see it. But everything I come across that you paint, I'll always freaking hit a like. Always. Same for everybody here, too. Because you guys are all friends. I'm gonna line this. I just realized I probably have black on my palette already, and since it is a wet palette, it's still actually usable. I don't know why I poured out more. I'm just gonna go over this whole belt. Sometimes it's easier just go over the whole thing and just make sure that you get every spot covered, and then go over the spots, you know, that are a different color with a different color. Also smart, you should post more in the Discord because there are people there who aren't on your Facebook. So you get more exposure for what stuff you're doing. Oh, I didn't pick that spot right there. That's not good. I said I'm probably going to try to do both some non-metal metallic and OSL, or object source lighting, on this mini because she's got a torch. And I'm pretty sure that it will hit the top of her head. Oh, work in progress? Oh, they're not done? I thought they were finished. Hi, Viking Pie! I really like your name, by the way. Oh, this is gonna be a day. I'm like I'm noticing things like, oh, Viking Pie, you got it. I love interesting tags. Like, I like Smart. I know Smart Goblin. And I kind of know the story behind the Smart Goblin. That's his brand. And I really always dug the Smart Goblin name. And Viking Pie, I like your name. Alright, so let me go. I'll go find his mini, even though it's not. It's just a work in progress. I do have Discord running. Fine, you know what? Screw it. I will do show and tell, even from work in progress. I feel somewhat benevolent right now. Discord. Because there's some good work in here, actually. Mini Mommy! Mini Mommy's doing this, dude. And that is... Are you sure it's pretty close to being done? He looks awesome. Even with his little... You know, I jokingly said, he looks like he's... It looks like he's, like, at a construction site with the orange, you know, like, jacket he's got. But it's almost like painted, or it could be a light vest. It really could be a light vest. I really love this. God, Mini Mommy, you're such a freaking good painter. But she built this base. She put all this stuff on it. She put the gem. It's friggin' cool. What the heck is it? Oh, isn't that cute? We'll do show and tell. Definitely do show and tell right now. This is really cool. Alright, so let's see. So Smart is building it's a nut. Now, think of it as Smart Goblin. With him, what's really great about his work is so much of it's kit bashed. Like, he takes the mini and he just hacks it up to pieces and adds in really cool parts. So, this is really cool. Yeah, you're right. It's not quite done, but it's close. But great job. I'd say great job. You obviously... Ouch. This is sort of... This hits close to home, seeing the prosthetic leg there. Because I have my main character in one of the campaigns I played her in. She actually is... She lost her left leg. Oh, is he got a mechanical tail, too? Because it's a Starfinder character. Oh, really? So the leg actually came that way? That's interesting, because there's not a lot of times you see that. That you see a single leg or parts that are you know, mechanical. That's cool, though. And in the finished stuff, it's this thing by Pt3, who was lurking about the stream. We did Domino. I mean, she came out... I haven't, like, looked up close, but she came out really good. Sorry. He is a relatively new... I think he's a new painter. And I like this. I love the base, by the way. I think the base, the way he painted the base up, came out really cool. I like the little color accents on the steel. Here's the back. Good sculpt, too. Really good sculpt on her. I like the fact she's balanced on these rocks. This is it. That is a really cool mini, and it looks really good. It came out great. Yeah, really nice job. So that was what I got in... That's what I got up there. Pork chops. What do you mean pork chops? It's a oh, it's right. Pathfinder 2. I keep thinking with all the prosthetics, it was a Starfinder model. Pathfinder 2. Something tells me any kind of 28mm model. So, you know Viking Pie? You want to know what the trick to doing all the details in a 28mm is? Having something so you can see it. Really. You always just want to use the model. Use the sculpt to your advantage when you paint. You know, it's... I always say, like, I jokingly say, mini painting is coloring in the lines and then learning about your techniques to jazz it up. Ultimately, that is really what it is. If it's as basic, you know, what we do here. But, basically, I always use all these raised edges and stuff. That's how I get all the things, but having glasses or my optivisors so I can see it all, I mean, that's key. You know, it's basically, you just paint within the lines that are in the sculpt. And raised areas, learn how to if you don't side brush, learn how to side brush so that you're just picking up the high areas. And be gentle. A soft touch, a soft hand really does help in this hobby. Well, I was going to say, if you... Yes, I do. Hold on. I want to show you something. And it said, well, I said, I've got a Discord, so you can always go there, too, and look. But I've been painting... I started painting some Eldar. And this is perfect, by the way, to show you guys that I'm not very neat on my first coats. No. No, if you look... Here's a good one. If you look, I have spots and stuff all over. Because... putting down this first coat because it's such a large area, I just kind of, and I have to get the paint inside of recesses and stuff because I got these painted. By the way, I'm going to tell you guys, if you ever submit, now most of you are mini painters and probably wouldn't commission stuff, but who knows? I mean, like, Crimson is a mini painter and he's commissioned me to do stuff. So, I mean, there's the thing that you could commission better painters than you to do stuff for you. But if you look, my first coats are not neat. You know, so I got paint all there, I got a little dot there. I mean, but all this is going to be touched up. It's all going to get touched up. So don't worry, you know, on your first pass, don't worry about coloring within the lines. That's what touching up is for. And a lot of painting is too. The difference between mini paint, you know, a really good mini painter, or a great mini painter, and a good mini painter is, believe it or not, how much touching up they do. So you're going to go outside the lines. In fact, when you're doing something like this where you have so much color, I have so much of the same color. Oh, this one's only half done too. I started putting the wash in there and I'm not done yet. I only got partway done yesterday. So don't ever sweat the fact that you can't stay within the lines. But when you touch up, you're going to be more likely to be able to get those lines. Instead, and use the raised areas to your advantage. Learn how to just, have a very light hand. Don't press the brush in too hard, and then you'll just get the higher areas. You won't get the paint in the recesses. Right, that's actually a great opinion. In your opinion, Crimson, if you don't touch up at least a couple times, you probably miss something, and it's true. It's true because these are so small and fiddly, and such that you're going to make mistakes. But to me, as I've said it, mistakes only happen if you leave them. They're not mistakes. They're just part of the process of painting. I said, eyes, at least I have a cheat. So I have that cheat. I have the Betty Davis eyes method that you can find on Reaper's blog, crafting blog. That's been there for years. That method's been there for years, but it's still there. I listened and heard that the guy who taught me how to paint, or taught me a lot of the advanced painting stuff, he also is the one that wrote the article. So, alright, so I was working on the belt, and I did a little bit. I added some more to her pants because I originally thought this might have been part of what was holding this up, but I don't think so. I think this is literally part of her sword belt. And I think on these, maybe I'll put a purple band on there because I've got purple. Why not? I've always got purple. I got a purple band there and then probably some silver. And I'm going to try to do metal metallic because, that's time consuming. And I got to figure out what I'm going to do for her hair. And see if I can replicate the non-metal metallic thing I learned at ReaperCon from David Diamondstone. So that's the plan, but for now I want to highlight a little bit on that belt. I want a gray. No, but why have a pile of shame? I mean, I have a pile of shame. I have it probably, after this Kickstarter, it'll probably be a 2,000 mini plus pile of shame. But, I mean, I still like to go into the pile of shame and pick out minis to paint. Like the Critical Role set that I'm doing. Technically, even though they're not in with the pile of shame, they're actually sitting on my shelf that's right over here. They're still technically part of the pile of shame. So I'm actually, I've got the first three done. Sorry, because I got Pumat Soul done. And then I did Keyleth and Grog. Go to your pile of shame and work on it once in a while. Or pile of potential. I really like pile of potential. So I'm going to actually do some gray. And if I don't like it, I'm going to go over it. Probably I'm going to glaze it with some black. Because I don't really want it to be a gray belt. So basically, I'm just going over the top edge and I could see sort of some of the raised areas on it. And I'm using very little pressure. But that is too much on that side, so I'm going to go back into some black. I'm going to take some of this out. And my black is going to be thin. I want it a little too hard. Yeah, alright, so. That's better. Sometimes I really ease down into that. I might go up to white too, because it's probably a shiny belt. So Kevin, do you think I have enough time to fit another game into my schedule? You know, Pete, if you didn't blow all your points and hydrate, you could actually, I have a channel point reward to add a color. Based on, I wonder where Cyanus is today. Usually he's around, but he probably is busy today. Cyanus actually added a channel point reward that you can spend a lot of channel points and demand a color. But otherwise, I don't have to. Neither. I could add pink actually right there in that belt pouch. And maybe it's pink fire. I don't know. If I give up another, I finished the Gumpierre I'm supposed to finish. Oh! What do you mean it's not painted? Well, it's not painted. You gotta paint it, man. I believe you finished... Here, let's take a look. I believe you finished the assembly of it. I assume you're painting him, right? Here, I'll show people what this looks like. It is cool. And since I said I was going to allow work in progresses today, there it is. That looks complicated too. Like you have a lot of parts to him. Or maybe it just came that way. Cool though. He's really cool looking. Oh, you mean, so he is like finished. It looks like you painted part of him, though. Like, I assume, it looks like the white's been painted. But cool. Cool. So it just came that way. That's right. Viking maybe may have already popped off or whatever. Or is on lurk mode. I'm going to grab a little bit of white. I don't want to hit just a little bit of this. Definitely want to bring back that black recess in there. And let's see. I'm gonna look up. That's really cool, though. I still think maybe you could do better than what it actually the way it came. No, I didn't want to. I hate. Honestly, as much as okay, I kind of respect them for getting rid of for getting rid of the app on Twitch. It's driving me nuts not having it. So I could have as a separate. I mean, even try to do a separate window. I still end up things get put on that window. Can I do this? Okay, great. Just want to see if I can find. Oh, I didn't want to go there. I want to go to Google Images. Reaper Bone Sick Row. There we go. Actually, I should just do Reaper Bone 6 Adventuring Party. Really? That's what you give me? Okay, there we go. Because I want to see what her pelt looks like. Of course, every picture I get, I can't see or go. Alright, so I can go to Bird with a Brush, which is Rhonda Bender's blog. By the way, I highly recommend it. Going to visit to check out Rhonda Bender's work because she is an incredible painter. She's also a great human being. I met her at ReaperCon and we hit it off. She's fantastic. She's phenomenal with color. She complimented me once about a color on one of my models being better than hers, and I was like, "You're lying." To me, that was the ultimate compliment as a mini painter. Come on, come on. Oh, she added another blog. That's what it is. I think about OSL, funny enough. But she gets a lot of the color theory and such, you know, the theory behind what she does. And I'm just going down. Okay, so there it is. So it is just a straight belt. I'm gonna throw it up. Wait, is that a mechanical frog? I'm going to throw this up, by the way. Just so you guys could see just how friggin' good this is. So there she is. And this is Rhonda Bender's work. And just... I could just sit there and drool over. I love... In fact, she used like... Oh, thank you for following, Mechanical Frog. It's so good to see you. I hope everything's great. Mechanical Frog does a lot of mini painting and modeling and whatever, because I think you do gaming and such too, on your YouTube channel. And you know what? YouTube is not bad for live, I found out this week. But yeah, I really like this. It's Rhonda. I love her friggin' work. She's got very slight OSL on this. It's not super strong. And that's fine because it is just a torch. So probably wouldn't be really illuminating, you know, super bright. A little bit of everything. I like that. I appreciate that. You're kind of a variety streamer. Whoops. What am I doing? I'm doing this. Because I'm going back to the display. So it's good you dropped in. You know, I said I keep every time I see you come on, I'm like, I've got to visit his friggin' stream. I got to see what he's up to. Also, remember, I'm link friendly, Mr. Mechanical Frog. So if you have anything you want to share, mini painting wise, or modeling wise, or whatever, hobby wise, please post. going to add a little bit more white. I see a little bit here, but I'm going to add a little more. A little more, just a little more. He's very good in his own right, though. It is. It's so basically, if you put an order in March, and I don't know if they're still doing it. I didn't pay attention because I got one. But if you put an order in with Reaper, they actually send you a promo model of one of the Bone 6. And there's an adventuring party, which I just sort of had up. There's more figures. There's like 2 more figures to it, too. That all the bases interlock, which is kind of neat. That's in the core set. So I was like, alright, I might as well paint this on stream while Reaper Bone 6 is going on. And we can talk Reaper Bone 6 too. I'm cool with that. I'll admit I really love the new the Owl Bear set. It's just, oh my god, I love the Owl Bear set. Alright, so I'm gonna take a super dark, I'm gonna start painting some little OSL on this stuff. I don't know if I want to do the sword yet. So I'm going to take a super dark gray. I could even start with black, but I'm going to take dark gray. So it's like carbon gray. I know, well, I think the best part was them developing Bones Black in Bones USA. Because that has been a game changer. You know, having this. Granted, it's probably a little more breakable than the Bones White, which was indestructible, but also you don't have bendy weapons. I mean, who likes bendy weapons? Not me. You know what? I gotta switch. So I like these glasses, but the problem is I can't always see the smallest details with them. There we go. I was going to say, my op devices better be here. Because I want to see the where that belt goes. Okay, okay. Also help me to add a little highlight. Because I want to have a little bit of a highlight on the belt and because it would pop up a little. The belt material, the leather. Wow, yeehaw, and the music, huh? What Reaper stuff? Let's see. I think he's talking about in general that it went from that Bones White to this Bones Black, and that has been a game changer, in my view. Now you figure out which pile of paint I'm looking for here. I feel like such a nerd with these glasses on. Dang it, I'm such a nerd anyways. I play way too much D&D. Although the reality is, let's see. The reality is I love playing D&D these days, so, is there such a thing as too much D&D? The problem is, speaking of problems, so the problem is I just got an email from the guy that runs the stream that I play D&D on, saying that his other Thursday night game is coming to an end, which makes sense. It's been going for a while, and he's going to be looking for people to do that game to fill that spot, and he wants to do a heavy RP game that's kind of got a grease feel to it, and I'm like going, oh, I really want to play because he said that the magic words, heavy RP. I really want to play in a heavy RP game online. No, let me see if I can figure out. So my light's coming from this way. So the way I tend to do it is I tend to highlight. If I have to go back in and redo the black, I will. But I tend to highlight the two corners opposite each other. Especially since I'm probably not using the most optimal brush for this. Actually, I should grab a much more. I want something with. Nope, that's not it, is it? Nope, that's not it. Actually, this should work. Oh, there's that they're doing the Kickstarter right now, so you could say there's a whole lot of new stuff coming out from Reaper. They have new stuff every month, so blank. Reaper has new stuff every single month. But now they have Kicks the Bone 6. So they have a lot of new stuff coming out, in about 2 years. Maybe it's not a great brush. I'm beginning to understand now. So this is actually the edge of... So this is the edge of the strap that's coming out of the belt buckle. No, where the hell have you been? You should follow Reaper a lot more. Yeah, no, Kickstarter 6 is live. Go buy stuff. He'll make it huge. It's already over. It just passed $1 million. And by the way, I really want the Briarwood Vale expansion to unlock completely because I want that friggin' dragon at the end and the alicorn. I want the whole thing. I really like that set. Behave yourself. I'm just gonna go over the whole thing for now. I may go back in and instead do what I do because the belt, the belt material will pop up in between where it's coming out of the coming from behind the two, all the metal bits, the buckle. Actually, truth be told, I may have to not start super dark on the buckle because I want it to show up. So I'm going to start with this color. Oh, and actually I'm doing that. Don't do that. I said I'm probably just not using quite the right brush. Come on, damn it. Rhonda, why do you make this look so easy? also using a light, as I said, use a light hand on stuff like this to just catch the higher edges. Dwayne! Just still saying, I don't think you're going to be able to buy that damn pirate shit. Dwayne, have you figured out what you're buying from this? Dwayne is someone who also is, I know he's going to go into that Kickstarter. 1 million plus. Yeah, it was, you hit $1 million yesterday. I know, but I'm not the one who sits every 5 minutes and flipping, hits the refresh button every, 30 seconds to see if it's going up. Oh, okay, well then you can get it. Oh wait, MLG, right? Mighty Lancer Games would be your local shop, right, Pete? Yep. Mighty Lancer Games, and I'm friends with them. They're cool people, and I love them. I wish I was over there. I wish I could support them more, but obviously I'm in America, and so that shipping anything from over there is awful, and vice versa. So this is what I mean by, going back in and continuing to touch up and fix things, and is kind of key to really good mini painting. I'm going to keep touching up this belt until I'm happy with it. Okay, so that's a decent base coat on that, plus 2 expansion. Alright, so, which 2? Well, there's 2 more expansions that haven't even been announced yet. So I'll just say, you're doomed. Yeah, but that's where I'm at right now. I am at, let's see, what do I want to get? I want the core, because there's a lot of, hi, Cyanus, I was talking about you earlier. Wondering how it's going on your big, huge sword. Basically, I want the Tavern, and I want Briarwood Vale. Although I do think the other expansion, the third one, which is the Undead, that's friggin' cool too, especially if you don't have an Obsidian Crypt. In fact, that may be better than the Obsidian Crypt, because I have a funny feeling that maybe that roof comes off. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. Oh, my nose. Why are you doing this to me, my nose? My nose is starting to, stuff up. I'm going to grab a little of this really pale blue. What's it called? Moonstone Blue, which is great for non-metal metallic blue. It's part of, essentially, their set. It's that triad that really is the one that's kind of the non-metal metallic for steel. It's half done. Need another 5 kilogram spool for the other spool. There we go. Phew. For the other half, I'm going to try the Master from Zelda. Oh, cool! Yeah, because that's cool too. So now, as I mentioned, I'm going to try to highlight the 2 corners. I'm going to try. Come on. Since I sort of have my light coming from her right, not my right, her right, I'm going to keep it going that way. You want to keep it consistent. So then I want to do the top half. And a little bit on the little, I don't know what that is, the little pin thing that goes through the hole in the belt. I'm going to darken up. I'm going to go back over with my original color there. Darken up just a hair. If I have to, maybe I will. Sometimes as I develop things too, I find, I'll go back. It's called the Boo-Dizzle. Mikhail Frog, you need to visit me more often here. There's two reasons why I have the stream. One is so I can talk to you guys. And two is so that I can paint my own shit and not just stuff in my, not just my commission stuff. I love to interact with people. And I said, I know this thing, subs are a thing and whatever. I don't care. I just really want to talk to people while I work. And that's probably the most important thing. I just love having people here. There we go. There we go. I don't want that really tipped up. All right. So now I'm going to find, I want some pure white. So if you're going to do non-metal metallics, you really need to go all the way up to pure white. And that's the tricky part because you want it to be, you don't want it to be too stark. In other words, you don't want to have it look like just a painted line. You want it to be slightly blended. But if you blend it too much, then it doesn't really come off as a highlight. If you think about, like even, I can see it even on here. You look at the highlights. Let's see. I think that's about there. So if you look at like the highlights on there, they're pretty sharp. They're somewhat diffused, but they're not like, it's not like a total blend. So you got to find that happy highlight between the two. Not a lot of people, I swear, talk about that aspect of it. So you want your paint to be somewhat wet, but you don't want it to totally run either. But you definitely want to go to white. I'm going to go touch that up because that's going to be way too wide a belt. I mentioned something about, I think I mentioned to you, Mikhail Frog, about, oh no, it wasn't him. It was the other Owlfish, I think it is, who's on Discord with me. And I mentioned about how, paint plastic surgery is a thing. You don't like the way the sculpt is, paint over it. Paint over things. Paint the illusion. I find I will do that with the eyes sometimes because they won't be sculpted real straight. I'm going to touch that up. I'll do a lot of this on non-metal metallics. I'll go back and forth a few times. So I got the little blue color in there. And if I feel like putting a tiny, oh my god, it's going to be a tiny little drop. One of those blocks I had studying out painting was thinking that things had looked perfect in the first try. No way. Yeah, no, you'll make yourself absolutely crazy doing that. It's a good thing to learn. Because you're not alone. I think most people, that's a lot of the way people would think to do it. I got to be perfect right out the bat. Not with mini painting. Not with any kind. Almost with most paper. Watercolors, okay, you kind of have to be pretty spot on because they're so it's watercolors, they're transparent. So yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. Get out of your mind. First of all, get it out of your mindset you have to be perfect. Don't. That's why you know what? That's why I will get more pictures of those Eldar. I want to show you that they're not perfect. They're not even good right now. All right? But they will get good. It's just, you got to just put the work into it. That's all. Mechanical Frog is 100% right there. And that's how you do it. That's how you become a great painter, is just keep working it. Just keep going over things over and over again until you are happy with it. Your eyes don't lie too much. In fact, they shouldn't lie to you at all. If something reads to you as wrong on that mini, like where your light source, if they're not like even, go back over it. It's only a mistake if you leave it that way and you're done and you seal it that way. Then it's a mistake. And you know, I'm quite sure I have minis on my shelf that have mistakes in it that I forgot to go back and fix. Yeah, exactly. Now, when I tend to work, if you notice, I tend to go by area. So I'll totally do an area first and then move on to another area. So mine starts coming together pretty much when I do the skin, and I try to work it all the way up. So, you know, but if you're the type that base coats the whole thing and does the whole thing all together, that's exactly what will happen. You'll get, and you know what, that's a real valid way of painting, because I'll tell you, I have found more and more that I sort of want to find out how, I want to lay everything in there to find out how it's going to look first. But I still sort of like doing, you know, like all the skin first, you know, and having the eyes done and the face done, because I find that helps drive me as a painter to keep finishing that mini, because if it comes out good, then I want to finish the mini. I have this really bad, but it doesn't look right until I get to the black parts. Yeah, probably. That's the other thing too, that's the reason why it's also, you know, I said that's a real valid way of painting, is the fact that it may look wrong to you until you get all the colors in there. And sometimes it is just great to base coat the whole thing and then go back in and highlight in each individual area. There's no wrong way to work this. There really is no wrong way to do a mini. If the results are good, then you did it the right way. It doesn't matter. I mean, I can sit here and I can talk to them blue in the face and tell you what I do. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Just adding a little bit of a highlight, more highlight onto the belt. Oh yeah, I was going to add try to add a little tiny white drop. What the hell did he call it? There we go. I'm going to scroll back. Let's go back. Oh, Boo Dizzle. I got to do the... wait, Boo Dizzle or Do Dizzle? Do Dizzle. Alright, so I got to add it. No! I will. Give me a sec. We got to put some of the Do Dizzle. The other thing, one of the other big key. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's next weekend. That's right. I won't be here next Saturday because I'll be at Rising Phoenix Con with Smart Goblin, who is in charge of all the Pathfinder stuff. I'll be in charge of the one-day paint and take we're doing. I'm going to finish this before I take a shot. Believe me, I'm not complaining about hydrates or shots today. It helps with the way I feel with this allergy. Okay, good enough. And I think I probably could take this off. And hang them back up. It's funny, this desk came with like a holder to put headphones on it, and I use it for my optivisors. Alright, Pete, well, we're going to get both at once. There's a hydrate, and it's perfect because I do a hydrate, technically. It's great because I'm already probably half in the bag. I didn't eat anything today. I have my instant breakfast because I don't do breakfast in the morning. I don't like it. My stomach isn't great in the morning, so I'm never hungry. Oh my god. I like Kraken rum, but the bottle tends to, the booze tends to stick to the glass and run down the side of the bottle. We're going to see how fast we could go through a slightly bigger bottle. Went through the little bottle pretty fast. I think there's only about 10 shots in it. From the boob glass. My throat is back to, in case you missed earlier, my throat is back to being screwed up because now it's the normal seasonal allergies I always get this time of year. Like, whatever I had in February, that was not normal. It was not a cold or anything. It was an allergy. I didn't pass it to my husband. I didn't get anybody else sick, so it wasn't something to pass. And I will say this. I think I dodged another COVID bullet. 2 of my coworkers last week, or the week before this, both came down with it. Or both tested. Yeah, no, they both came down with it, I think. And tested positive. And I was in close contact with both of them pretty much in the days or the day before that they were out. Oh, no. I'm so sorry. That sucks. And I'm sorry you have to... By the way, me having a persistent cough is reality. I have my family... Pretty much my mom and my brother both have it. We have a persistent cough that I don't know why we have it, but we do. Okay, I think that's pretty good for the belt. I'm going to go on to doing these little bands, although I think I'm going to do purple, or hey, if somebody wants to, you did survive. It's not rabies. It's funny how, like, at work they're trying to protect people from, like they'll say somebody in this department has it and they don't, say who it is. And I'm like kind of laughing, like, and I basically told the HR guy, I'm like, I don't care if I have it. You can tell the whole freaking company it's me. I don't care. I assume, they know. And word gets out anyway, so as much as they try to, keep so that nobody knows who it is, we all know who it is. Word travels fast. I mean, it's not like I looked down at them. The only people I kind of was like, well, you brought it on yourself are the ones who didn't get vaccinated. But, but even then, these days, getting vaccinated doesn't really stop the spread, but it prevents you from ending up in the hospital. And we want you around, so consider it at least. Although I don't know how serious it is either. Eventually COVID, I think, is going to be a cold. It's been, getting, easier to take the whole time. So I think eventually, and by the way, the colds are coronaviruses. So I think it's just going to end up joining the ranks of the common cold. At least I hope it does. But that's the way it does seem to be going. But I feel lucky this time. I feel really friggin' lucky this time. No, exactly. It should not be a stigma to have it. I think the company is not really, it's not really that's the reason. It's just that it's a privacy thing. They don't want, but I basically said, you can tell everybody and their brother I have it if I have it. Yeah, exactly. Last thing we need is moral judgment, something we really should. It said the only thing that I think people have control is getting vaccinated, but nowadays that's more to prevent you from a hospital trip than it is to prevent the spread. So I don't even look at people like that, people like that. That sounds terrible. I think you guys know what I'm really saying. Although I had a friend of mine, I got kind of angry because he did end up in the hospital because he wouldn't get the vaccine. And I'm like, I was angry because it was needless, and I felt bad, that he ended up so sick. But in the end, I'm like, dude, you could have prevented this. And by the way, after that, he ended up getting the shot. So at least he did. But I feel bad that it took a hospital trip to make him realize that it was really bad. It's not rabies. Rabies is a different thing. And the shots are way worse. I don't know. I've never had it, and I don't want to ever friggin' run into that situation. But I heard the shots are pretty bad for if you come across something like that. It's not lupus. Stop it, guys. Rabies. I was gonna say rabies shots are pretty. I'll tell you what. I don't like needles. No, thank you. I have a real problem with needles. So, I would not do well with rabies shots. But I did okay with the COVID ones. I'm using, oh, by the way, I see this is me using the side of my brush to just clip the top of this ring. The rim of the scabbard here. Let the mini work for you. And if it's too much, just touch it up. And go back and forth until you're happy, I said. Some people didn't. But playing with COVID at that time was like playing Russian roulette. You did not know how you were going to react. I know people didn't have any symptoms at all. That really was a thing. But not everybody did. I personally know somebody who died from it. So, I know people who have long COVID. I don't want to wish that on anybody either. So, I mean, it was really, you didn't really know how you're going to. You have better chances if you're younger. That's the thing. You have a much better chance of weathering it well if you're younger. But like my mom, who's almost 80, I'd be very nervous with her. Even with her, she's in great health. My mom is amazing. She wouldn't think she was 80. She lives at home alone. She has no mental issue, even though she keeps saying, I'm going to get Alzheimer's. She's not going to get Alzheimer's. But it runs in my family. That's why she was worried. Her father had it. And so she kept thinking, I'm dropping words, I'm losing words, and that's a part of Alzheimer's. I'm like, but she's still with it. She still can live on her own. She doesn't have any issues, and she's 80. But in the early stage of this, I would have been a lot more nervous about her catching it. Now, not so much. I think she'll be fine. Plus, she also did get the first 2 rounds of the vaccine. She's not getting the third one because she had some issues with the first 2 rounds of the vaccine. My brother, I'd be a little concerned too, because he has something that doesn't really play nice with COVID. I'm not going to say here because privacy. There are people dying from it. Yeah, I know. It's what I mean by it's sort of Russian roulette. Because you don't know. You just don't know. That's the biggest problem with the whole thing is the fact people don't know how they're going to react to it. And that's literally it. That's, otherwise, we could almost treat it like the flu. If you're kind of at risk, get a flu shot. But because people even young are really suffering from it, and it's not great. I mean, I know it's one of the people I remember reading about, and it was their own personal account. It wasn't through the news or anything. It was a friend of a friend on Facebook, and they were running 5Ks. They were running 5Ks when they caught it. And this is way back when. This isn't now. They couldn't even walk across the street to their mailbox. They're basically starting at ground zero for training to run for stuff because of this. And I said, if they want, they'll get back there. That's a little too much. I just want people to be safe, that's all. I want you all around, I want you all around. I want you to be happy and healthy. And not permanently lose your sense of smell or have problems walking to your mailbox. That's all I want. And I care. You guys that come on here to me are like my family. You really are. And I want you all around for a long time so we can have fun in this life together. Especially the ones who live around here when I can see them at mini painting day. That's right. By the way, Kevin, if you're still around, of course, next Sunday is the next Queen's Gambit mini painting party. Obviously not this Sunday, because Easter. But I know Crimson already knows. This week was, that's right. My mother's had it twice. Jesus. She ended up in the hospital, but the antibiotics, yeah, that's true. They are doing treatments now for it, so that will help. I mean, they thankfully found stuff, if you do catch it, that can help. And I never did ask the guy at work if that was the deal. As if he actually got any of those treatments to help him. He was there 3 days, so it wasn't, a long time. But the fact that he was sick enough that he felt the need to go there, and this guy wouldn't. I just wish he had gotten the vaccine in the first place. I'm adding some highlights, white highlights on this. I just want people to be around, No, there was one guy at one of the cons I went to who, it was very early on in the pandemic. Oh, that's great. Viking Pie, you know what? I'm going to put it out there. Viking Pie, you should come join my Discord. You know why? Because I want to see your work. If you didn't already. I don't remember. I really suck if you did. Oh, you did? Okay. Please post your work. I want to see it. I really do want to see it. And I promise you will not get insulted or anything else. Oh, you joined today. Great. I really want to see your work. That's the thing is, and that, you know what? It doesn't matter what stage you are, how bad you think you are. People are not allowed to say anything mean on there about people's work. Giving constructive criticism is okay. But please, I don't know if I have an official rule, but I will flip and yell at people if they, people there are really cool. So honestly, I don't think I'm going to have any issues with people insulting people's work. The vast majority of the mini painting community is like this. So feel free to share it on social media, because if I'm telling you right now, if someone actually comes and insults your work, the community the community as a whole will basically come and drub them out. You're not banned, Pete. You could post on there, you're not banned. In fact, it's kind of neat when I go on there, I can see who's awake and who's got Discord running and such. A little green dot by your name. And as you know, I'll see you on there, and I'm like, see the fact you're awake. It's like, oh, cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm really sorry Baldy's not streaming today. But I get it. He deserves a rest. For sure. I'm actually debating whether or not. No, that would be the way the light would hit. So I feel like this is a little too stark. I'm going back into my really pale blue to kind of try to diffuse this a little bit. Where's my original color? There's my original color. Not original, but I'm going to add a little more. So I mean by you trust your eyes. If something looks a little strange to you, go back in and do it. One of the things I want to do as a painter, as somebody who I want to inspire the community and people to do this hobby, first thing I think I need to do is get a better camera. So you can see my mini painting a little better. But I do try to, you know, talk about what I'm doing so that you all know. But I want to inspire people to paint. I really do. First and foremost. No. I want people to not be afraid of it. Because there's literally nothing to be afraid of. You can touch up so much. I told you, Pete, if you know what, if you could sucker someone here to hit the button to add pink to this, I'll add pink to this. But you've got to sucker somebody into doing it for you. Who knows, maybe I just suckered somebody into doing it for you. There is a set. Oh, I do have. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to put something on. Hold on a moment. No, it's in. No, it's on. It's on Twitch. God damn it. I hate, as I said, I really actually hate the fact that now I have to go, now I have to go off the streamer, off the internet to do this instead of the app. I really actually kind of hate it. Where is my viewer rewards? There we go. Actually, I need to change something for today because there is no, Baldy's not painting. So if people want me to go overtime, there we go. If you look, I just added a channel point reward back. So mad though, I lost my friggin'. So I added a channel point reward back. Oh my god, I can't talk. I've only had 2 shots, guys. I guess I'm feeling pretty good. I added one back, so if you want to add 15 minutes of time, you can. Where Baldy is not streaming today, I don't mind going over to a degree. Eventually, I will have to stop. Because the thing is, I am singing tonight at church at 8 o'clock. So I have to be there at 7. Call time is 7. One other thing, I tell you what, and I know it's not the 2 shots. It's the fact something is with this camera. It's like it's got persistent vision. So like when I move, there's sort of a trail behind. And I'm not really sure how to fix it. Well, that's what happens when you don't save up your points. Other people can do it, though, if they're interested. There are 11 of you on here. That's a lot for me. And really, today I don't mind going over a bit. I have to absolutely stop about... Oh, I don't know. When do I have to stop? Let's see. If I have to leave here by about 6:20, so I have to stop about 6. Yeah, no, it's not you, damn it. It's the damn camera, and I can't figure out how to fix it. Like, there's nothing on there. And the camera, it's a razor. And usually they're pretty good. I mean, actually, when I hold it still, it looks great. So I may have to look into seeing at some point, when I can afford one, getting another camera that'll work a little better. I mean, the focus is decent. Sorry, Mechanical Frog. I really am. I really am. And it's driving me nuts, too. I know you... Well, you come on weeknights, but you can only really stay on a Saturday. That's why I try to really explain what I do. That's why I post the work I do on here on Discord and on Twitter. Because I want people to see what the actual results are. But I really do try to explain, you know, what I'm doing and such. I mean, I can see it here, even though my vision's probably somewhat blurry. I've tried focusing it, but for some reason, it's like, and my husband says, it's like the persistent vision, like you, I guess your eyes have. He's like, I'm surprised you really did discuss this as an artist. And I'm like, well, no, we really didn't. He's like, I'm surprised this camera has that. And I'm like, well, I know, and I basically have it set to auto, no, I don't even have autofocus on. I focus it on this area. And I don't know why it does that. But at some point I will probably get a new camera or something that works better. I'll do some research, because I'm not really thrilled with it. I'm just happy you're here to chat with, so. I'm going to go back to my original color, and I want to go a little darker in here. One thing I find that works really well for non-metal metallics, too, is a great deal of contrast. So. I'm the queen of bad examples. I do tend to lick my brush. So just want to hit the edge with a little bit. That's the light blue. It's not white. I don't want to try my cell phone camera. This is supposed to be a better camera than my cell phone camera. I could. Also, I have two of the same cameras, and this is my face camera. And you look, my face camera looks great. I have to find something that works really good for close-ups. And maybe that's what's throwing it off, is the fact that it's a close-up. I need something with the side of this. There's backside. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. As I said, check out the pictures later. What? What do you mean, assless chap? Wait, where the hell did that come from? Assless chaps? Oh, God. Don't ask me why. Probably because I have 2 shots in me. Who knows? The rogue. No, she doesn't. She's got pants. Those are pants. Those are brown. They're not the same as her skin color. She's got high boots. Not assless chaps. Jeez. You're just like the other night. Okay, so, basically on that Murder Hobo link, not Twitch stream right now. Twitch, I'm not really happy with you right now. Yo, you may seem to need to talk. Our Murder Hobo leader would never ever engage in fraud. He works for a friggin' police department. He doesn't really appreciate being accused of something that's illegal. And you banned our station, you dicks. If they ever ban me here, I'm going to take a page from Mechanical Frog and I'll do this on YouTube. I found that actually YouTube worked pretty well as a live streaming platform. I liked it. I didn't hate, but I will stay here. You know, I obviously want to stay here for now. I think, you know, this is great for a lot of things that I like with Twitch. But if they ever decide I'm too mouthy and about this whole Murder Hobo thing and decide to ban me, go with that. Or they decide, or they, you know, decide to ban the station as channel for fraud, even though there's no fraud going on. I'll just stream from there and I'll let you all know. I'm not a little sore about that. But if I'll say, Mechanical Frog might have something by streaming on YouTube, not here. What else was I gonna just say? All right, have a great day. You have a wonderful Easter if you celebrate it. Otherwise, I want you to have a wonderful day, no matter what. I'm friggin' mad about it. But we still did stream our game on YouTube the other night, and we actually had a couple of people show up, and people are finding us. But that game's amazing. It says, we call it Cred, but the whole name is Cthulhu Rises, Everyone Dies, which is a take on Rock's Fall, Everyone Dies. And, and here's where this is all going to tie in. So basically, my character, I've switched out a level of range, with the GM's blessing, mind you, switched out a level of Ranger for Barbarian, because I was like, after we lost one of our party members actually died, one of the PCs died, I decided she had enough of this crap and wanted to attack like a Barbarian. I'm like, well, I wonder if he'd allow, I guess I'll have to wait, until next level, which is a while. But I threw the idea and I'm like, I kind of really wish I want to go into this combat and actually rage. She's sort of being consumed by this. And he's like, go ahead and switch out the level. He's like, you haven't really done anything with your ranger level. You just leveled up with like 2 sessions ago. I've got the lemon law, so basically if you want to change out something like this, you can. So I did, and it made her a barbarian. And this is where the whole thing ties in with the assless chaps. Is the fact that there was questions on whether or not, because basically she basically ripped off her armor. She's got a problem with touch right now. That's one of her insanities, is things touching her. And so I was like, well, it'd be really cool if she just kind of rips off her armor, because she can't stand it, can't stand feeling it. And so that's where I went. And then, but everyone took it as, oh, well, she's not naked. No, she's not. She wears clothes under her armor. I'm like, come on, guys. All right. Let me think. All right, well, since no one's hit it, I'm going to have to go purple. Sorry, Pete the Hydrator. I'm going with purple. Let's see what I got on here. Oh, I got a new set of paint. That's indigo. And I think it'll look lovely on this. So I got this triad, which needs to be shaken up. And I don't have one of those nifty little vortex mixers. I have to shake it up myself. Let's see. This paint doesn't seem to want to shake. This is why I need a vortex mixer, right? Somebody want to send me one? Or if you all sub enough, maybe I'll be able to afford one at some point. I'll be able to afford one at some point anyways. As I get older, I'm probably going to need it. But I'll show it from the top. So this is the triad I just bought. Black indigo, wild violet, and rich indigo. Could do that. That's the order. So maybe I'll try this. Because why not? I've got new paints. It's fun to try them. Black indigo is pretty black. I'm going to do it on the band and this bag back here. I'm sorry. Let me put the thing actually in there where I talk about it. So I'm going to do it on this bag and this band. And you know what? Since it's indigo, I'm going to add a little bit right there in the shadow spot. All right. I can see though there is a bit of purple in this really black indigo. I'm waiting to see if Reaper actually comes up with another paint set for this Kickstarter. They have a paint set up there, so if you don't own the colors and you want to bolster your Reaper paints, getting them off the Kickstarter is a good idea because it's a great. I mean, granted, you're gonna have to wait 2 years to get them, so there's that. But and I guess technically I probably could consider that, but it will take me that long to go through this paint because you don't use a lot. I've found. Minis are small. They don't require a lot of paint. That's one of the things I try to teach people when they come in for one of my painting days, the pick and paints, is I try to teach people you don't need a lot of paint for a mini. You just need to put out a little. I really like this mini actually. Ooh, this cover's on tight. I guess I could say I was sort of taking my chance. Maybe I'm wrong in my order. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take and I'm going to mix some of this wild violet and I'm going to mix it with some of the black to make an in-between color. The other thing's kind of blue, so I think I'm just going to go with these purples. It's me. I love purple. Hey, Crimson, by the way, are we going to see Ms. Monica next week at Paint Day? And will she be bringing those Space Marines along? Ooh, that makes a really nice color when you mix the two together. And I'm just going to go across the top. I'm going to put on the last color. It'll show up a lot better. I do want these bags, features to be somewhat dark because she is a rogue. What time is it anyways? It is... Wow, okay, it's 2:09. Holy crap. She'll let that dry. I'm going to let this side dry, and I'm going to add probably a little bit of black, my original color, back in and make sure that some of these recessed areas, because there's a cover on this that comes over it and is raised up. So I want to have a little bit of a shadow underneath that. Here's the last color I'm going to do is this. I love this color purple. It's very pretty. I'm pulling this away a little bit from that edge too. Let's see. Let me grab. So basically what I did by mixing the two, I made a mid-tone. I may even go. Why do I feel like... I'm gonna try one more thing with this camera. Damn it. I said I cannot figure out what to do with this camera. And then replace it. And I'm thinking I'm going to at some point. Don't mind me. Oh, look at that. That looks better. That looks better. Maybe that's half the problem. It wasn't in focus for some reason. But it's still got this like persistent vision. Wacky crap. So I'm debating whether or not I want to actually mix up a lighter color and see what that other indigo is. There we go. Still want to do something, I think, for the little clasp that's on there. And I want to add... A little darker color in there. Maybe add a little bit of silver. Can't get away from purple. Sorry, guys. Because unfortunately, I just love purple so much that I'm going to include it in most things I do. Sorry, Pete. Sorry it's not pink, Pete. Truly. Gonna mix a little bit of a lighter color. To hit the top and a bit of the bottom and the side there. Where the corner is. So I just took a little white and added to that color. Just so it'll stand out a little more against, the scabbard, which incidentally probably needs a little highlighting on it. Dark green and light black. If you want to read as green, go with green. I think that's what I do. I would highlight it. First of all, if it's really, really black and it's a shiny thing, keep your highlights really small. Just go along, just almost maybe edge line it. That might look really cool. And do it, and depending on how shiny the thing is, you could go moonlight. Oh boy. I have to think about that. I don't pay a lot of moonlight things. Moonlight, so it's diffused. Even moonlight though will still, if it's a shiny object, the moonlight will still pick up fairly strong if you think about it. Unless it's really diffused moonlight. But if it's like a full moon, I mean, it can leave some pretty good. Okay, cloth. All right, thank you. So no, you do not want to go to white for sure. You want to keep it muted, because you think about what cloth looks like my shirt here. I don't know if there's really good highlights on this, but if you think about it, it goes from like a dark, like a black, to it gets a little lighter, but it doesn't get super light. You could even take that super dark green, and you could add just a little white to it and just bring it up a little bit. You want to keep it really subtle, especially in moonlight. But you do want a little bit of a change. And just keep going. Just lighten it up until where you feel like it's the right point. And then stop. Don't go too far. I said, I'm the type that actually will take that base color and I'll keep adding white to it to just lighten it up. But you only want a little bit. You want to just keep going in little steps. Azure might change the color You should think about when you highlight something, it's basically it's a lighter version of the original color. Do you know? I hope you know what I mean. I mean, definitely if it's a blue moon, a zero is sort of a blue. If it's like a blue moon and that's the light source, then yeah, it's sort of like when I OSL this, I'm going to add probably some yellow from the firelight into her hair to lighten it up. But but the moonlight is normally bluish. Okay, I don't know if you want to go I don't know if you want to go. I think I go with something like the color I've been using on my non-metal metallic is something like this color. I know it's it's not great. Let's see if I can. Problem is the light. I forget. There we go. Something like this. My hands are in the way. Maybe something like this to actually mix into it, like something something like that. I think would be really good. You are making. You know what? No, but it's a really fair question, and no, you're good. You're good. I really like the way you're thinking. Post it on there too. But you don't have to go white, obviously. But if you add a little white and you just lighten it up a little bit. You don't want to go, where it's moonlight, it's a muted light source. You want to keep it, probably don't even want to go like even this much contrast. See, I did these boots because there are dust, if you notice, I didn't go to white on these boots. I didn't go to white on the pants either. It's fairly, I actually shadowed more. That's another thing too. Don't even just think about the highlights. You might want to think about going into the real recesses there where the light isn't there and going even full black to suggest that it's dark. And then the green should be the mid-tone. And then you could go like another step further as a highlight. Or a couple steps. Whatever it said, whatever reads correctly to your eyes. Does that make sense? I said where it's moonlight, I think I would actually start with black and then make that green my mid-tone. And then go a tiny bit lighter to make that highlight. And if I felt like I needed a little more, then I go one step further and paint in a smaller area and make it more of a highlight. When the shinier something is, you want smaller highlights. The small highlights you want, and you want them stronger. But when it's cloth and it's a very diffused color, you want the highlights to sort of really blend into the rest of the piece. I hope all this makes sense. That's why I'm glad you joined the Discord, because then please post it and ask for advice. I'll get back. If nothing else, I will get back to you. People are busy. And they're all on 500,000 other Discords. I made Discord because we don't have enough Discords in the world. Roll eyes. I really definitely want to help you improve. And you guys will all help me improve. Throw your ideas on there because, I'll take your ideas and I'll try to run with them. Yeah, make sure your paints are watered down. Make sure, maybe not watered down. You don't want super, super thin. But you definitely want it thinner so that it will blend into those. This is something that blending is going to be important. Not like doing the non-metal metallics on this where I want it to sort of stand out a bit. It's barely fuzzy on these areas. And even on the shirt, I went with a little less diffused. I went with stronger highlights, especially on her boobs, because they really stand out. Her boobs really stand out. But on the pants, if you look, it's very subtle. And you want something more like the pants, on the boots, you want something more like this for a cloth effect. But I wanted the shirt, because to me it should be leather. I wanted it to be much more of a shinier, to look a little harder than the boots. The boots are supposed to be soft, and so are pants. I'm pretty happy with this. And I'm gonna keep playing. Actually, I'm gonna keep playing with this. I realize that's too strong. So that's what I mean by, I looked at that and I'm like, I feel like that highlight's a little too strong and dips a little too far down into if you watch this enough, you'll find out I do tend to touch up and highlight. I do tend to touch up a lot. Till I'm happy with it. By the way, for the record, I've said it before, I love painting cloth because I love the full, and especially folded cloth. Straight cloth, not so much. But I love it for that reason that you can really make the highlights and stuff really stand on it. Biggest thing is just keep doing it till you're happy with it. But as I said, I hope that was some good advice. I really want people to come on here and ask me how to do things. But I also want you to find your own path, what works for you. I get a huge kick out of the fact anybody that I can ever inspire to even pick up a brush, and start doing this, I get a big kick out of it. I'm just going back and forth between all the colors here for this. Right now, I'm not going to go full white, but I feel like I need something just along that edge. Oh my God, it's time. Let's see. There are people to raid. Ooh, let's see. We've got, well, it's next level painting. There's Cryo Cheese, who's pretty cool. And then I see the art of Mike Disney. I'm surprised he doesn't have a ton of people on there. The art of Mike Disney, by the way, is the person who created the Overgourd that was in the last Reaper Kickstarter. I don't have my normal raider because it would be the Bald GM. I've got 2 minutes, though. I got 1 minute. All right, so, because no one, I think, hit the button to have me go overtime. Which is fine. I don't mind going off and taking a break. For sure, before I have to go sing tonight. Just do what, anyways? Here, I put her down. So today I will have to do the non-metal metallic on her sword. Maybe I'll base card her while I'm sitting here. But I did a lot of the other non-metal metallic things, like on her scabbard, and I did it on the little bag, and I did the purple elements, and I did the belt. And I think she's looking pretty good. Where am I going over to? Do you have a suggestion, Pete? Is Mike Disney good? He's really cool, by the way. So, the pub. What do you mean the pub? Maybe talk about the pub. I'm not going to no pub. I'm gonna maybe base coat my thing there, and I'm gonna go probably take a nap. You could go to your pub. I'm sure they're open now. I've already had enough to drink, thanks very much. But anyways, as for this week, I will be on Monday doing this on this channel. Nap sounds better, I agreed. Let's see, I'll be on this channel on Monday at, what the hell time do I start? 7 o'clock Eastern time, until about 9. And I'll have the overtime thing if people want me to work overtime. Sad trombone. Because I have to leave. Let's see. I'll be on Monday at 7 o'clock. And then I'll be on Wednesday at 8:30. But then I will not be on next Saturday. Sorry, Pete. Sorry, Baldy. Because I will be at Rising Phoenix Con running the paint and take. I'll post pictures in my Discord if I get pictures. But I'm really excited. Alright, one last hydrate for the... Look at that. I have a little tiny amount of Coke left. And done. Yeah, so next I'll be at Rising Phoenix Con doing the paint and take. That's exciting. And, let's see. I don't think I'm on... Unless I decide to do Between the Rolls, which will be on YouTube under... it's like tinyurl mhobo inc archive. I may actually snag that at some point and throw it up here on my little notices, my Streamlabs notices. And other than that, I think that's what I'm up to this week. And you know, go visit that. It said it's tinyurl mhobo inc archive. Please go visit it. You know, that campaign, look up the Craig campaign ones. He kind of has everything all together. The campaign is awesome and unbelievable. It's really, really one of the coolest ones I've been in. And I've been in a lot. So, it's a great story. But otherwise, maybe I'll see you on Monday. And let's go raid Art of Mike Disney. As I said, I really like him. I don't usually see him on at this time either. Art of Mike Disney. Okay. Well, you all have a lovely, lovely, lovely Easter if you celebrate. Otherwise, have a lovely day if you don't. He's risen. And hopefully I'll see you on Monday, or I'll see you on Discord. And of course, as I always like to leave this, happy painting.